I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about reflection. So here's a little story. Last month when my van broke down, I had to park in a parking lot in Bellevue and get 2 jobs, work there to try and save up for another van. So I got a monthly parking. I bought a monthly parking thing and parked my van there. And the first night I'm sleeping in the van in the parking structure. Security guards banging on the door, on the window, and I didn't answer it for about probably a good 10 minutes. And this guy kept it up for pretty much 10 minutes. And finally I got out, opened the door, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Well, I paid for a monthly parking spot. I'm here because my van is broke down. I blew a head gasket, and I have 2 jobs in between these parking structure where I'm staying right now, so I can buy a new van and then get out of here. Hopefully it'll be in a month." And dude was like, "Well, I don't think you could do that. Let me call in the manager and see if you could do that or not." And I'm like, "Man, my thing is right here. I can show you. I just paid for it. I have their emailed receipt." He's like, "Well, I don't know why. You can't do that." So he called, and the manager was like, "Well, did he pay for it?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, we have no rules that say he can't do that, so it's fine." Which I already knew because I had looked at the fine print to see if I could indeed sleep in the van in the parking structure. So anyway, I worked 2 jobs for a month, get another van, get that one out of there, and then after a month, and I tell the guy that I'm ready to leave, he looks at me and he says, "You know what? I envy you. I wish I could do what you're doing, just living on the road and traveling and taking photos and this and that." And he's like, "Well, good luck for the rest of your trip here." And it just made me realize that, you know, a lot of people, when they try to stop you or they don't want you to do something, it's generally a reflection on their part because they either A, want what you're doing, or B, want what you're doing, and they want to stop your progress. Which sounds a little bit petty and everything, and it's hard to wrap your head around, at least for me, but with my experiences in this case, it's proven to be true probably about like 95-80% of the time, like 80-95% of the time. And I guess the other 15 to 5% are just people being jerks, you know. But that still remains to be seen why they're a jerk. But anyway, so I'm saying all this to say it goes both ways too, you know. Like, if you start realizing that you're giving somebody crap about something, and this is what I do too, like if I have to think about like, oh, this guy is this and that, or this girl is blah 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 blah, and I start forming this negative opinion of them in my head, I have to stop and ask myself, is it really because I have a negative opinion on them, or do I want what they have? Do they have more followers than me and I'm jealous, so I'm thinking of all these things in my head of why they're, you know, don't deserve my positive vibes, or, you know, are they at a place in life that I want and I'm jealous of them? Which pretty much all it comes down to is me wanting something that they have, so I form a negative opinion in my head about it. So I just want to remind everybody, you know, if people are reflecting on you about your progress and your work, just realize that it's a reflection on what you're doing and not you, and that's probably something that they want. And vice versa, if you start forming a negative opinion of yourself in somebody else's mind, ask yourself, do they have something, or are they at a place in their life that I want? And then try to just clear those negative vibes. Anyway, I'm driving through Olympic National Forest, and that whole thing came to mind. I thought I'd just share it. So, hope you guys all have a good day.